Welcome back to Dungeon-Eels. In the last episode, we caused a bit of havoc and robbed a poor peddler. Jebediah told Barton to get his wallet. Barton got his wallet. And Galadar made everyone pass out for more wallets. What will our idiots do next on Dungeon-Eels?
Are you heading to where he was in the Raspy Raven? Alright, as you guys enter the Raspy Raven, you see the sergeant just pass the F out right on a chair. Just like drooped on, drooling. Just like, and the barmaid's sitting there like slapping him, trying to get him, now get out of here, you old man. He's like, where's that brother of yours? He turns to the bartender, that man, he's like, he won't wake up. He's like, oh, every Tuesday.
He like leans over and he's like, Galadar, play along. He's like, huh? He's like, maybe he's having some sort of coma. We'd have to get him out of it by knowing what he's thinking right now. Galadar, use those ears of yours.
The barmaid starts to panic. She kind of rushes back to the back room and out of sight. She wants no part of this magic.
He's like, how about you? He's like, I need you to hold Galadar's hand. He needs a focus to the part of the guy that we freaked out last time.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, he's already got a deep connection and knows everything you think. He just needs your help to dig into the surface.
Like, please, I don't have any information. He's out like that every Tuesday. You won't wake him up.
Please do as they say. Just do as
He's like,
they
I'm
say,
a priest,
folks.
for God's sakes, man. He's like, get over there and use your connection with Galadar to wake this man up.
He's like, please, God, no. Sigmar. He kind of cowers behind the pocket.
That was
He's
some
like-
good dinner tonight, huh?
And you just hear like some folding hitting the ground.
He was like, I'd go in the back room if I were you then, you coward.
He went to shock. He passed out when he heard Galadar speak with his new mask.
Oh. It's like Galadar, or not Galadar, Barton. The sergeant's passed out. We're all alone.
What are you suggesting? I beg him or something?
Like, I'm just saying we maybe see if he's got any coins laying around.
I'm ripping everything off and trying to figure out anything he has.
I'd like to give him a very glance over, see if he's got like a coin purse or anything on him.
It doesn't.
Pistol, I want it.
He doesn't have any weapons on him.
Of course.
He does have, and he just has a small coin pouch that's dangling from his belt.
Okay, alright. Ouch. Stop it. I'd kind of like to, poke, his ribs and be like, Sarge, wake up.
He just goes, still passed out.
Alright. He, reaches in to pull out any coins he's got in there.
Alright, do a perception roll.
Stop
See what
it!
you get. Every success level, so everyone ever had of it is
32, I've got 41 in this now.
you find one silver coin and about 4 brass coins.
4 brass coins? Alright, he takes the silver and 2 of the brass coins to make it look like he just kind of spent it over the night.
Yeah.
Flicks 1 brass over his shoulder and he's like, for you, Ronald. Profitable day. He said, so that was 1 silver and 1 brass left to me now?
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, so 1 brass. And he's like, alright, do we have something to write on his face?
I don't know, does
don't-
anyone have a pen? Or
I think I have a writing set.
yeah,
I do have a writing set.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah, he pulls out the quill and ink. He's just like, he draws like glasses on his face, you know.
All right, you got to do a test for this. Have you ever written with a quill? They're so sharp.
Oh no!
You gotta do some kind of test. Give me a second to see if you stab him.
Here's the question: do you think I would have ever like messed with him at all, or do you think this is literally me just like I've always wanted to try this thing out? I don't know. Because if I've like doodled a picture or something with it before or something, like maybe I would just like dip my finger in and just start smearing.
Sure, if you want, you can try that instead, or you can see if you tattoo him on accident.
Let's go. Let's say he's just like, I've always wanted to try this out, Martin. It's like, I'm not much for writing, but
Just do a dexterity check.
Give him a tear under his eye.
64.
I think that's a -3.
Dexterity. Is it dexterity?
Yes, dexterity is a characteristic.
Because
you don't.
Yes, that's -3.
So, at least as you finish up the drawing, there's just little patches, just a couple blood just kind of comes seeps out of the cuts into the glasses.
Oh, it's like, perhaps I went a little too aggressive. He's like, rub some alcohol on his face, like make it look like he just fell on his drink. So yeah, just like little like splash on there.
Should have broke some glass.
He is so drunk.
It's like, all right. He's like,
And he was old, so I don't know, makes it
Let's-
escalates the issue.
let's go tell the captain.
I was gonna say, shall we leave him a note? Like, leave him a note that we've left. We will be coming back.
It's like, Galadar, why don't you go in the back and convince that sister that we were never here?
Just intimidation checking your gut. Like, intimidation plus 40. He's already taken care of her.
He just opens the door.
Where are you?
Is that 37?
Yes. Okay. Wait. What'd you get? What was it? Plus what? How much did you pass by? Plus 2? What's intimidation? It was plus 40. So 6 plus 6.
40 or something.
All right. You walk in the back and she's like ready to go. She has a pan and she's ready. Like, you will not get me, Spectre. And she goes to hit you, but hits the wall and bounces off, smacks her right in the head, and she just collapsed to the ground.
All right.
Bart, you got her wallet.
Right, Bart?
All right. Hey, I passed.
And by how much?
By 1 success level.
All right, you find her whole evening's tips, about 20 brass coins, or about 14 brass. Yeah, 14 brass. 14 brass. I think 12 makes one.
So how do you guys want to split this up?
It's like, oh, it's like between you and Galadar, he did all the intimidation. I think he,
How much do you want?
5.
The whole time, a halfling patron sitting at the end of the bar.
Oh no!
I guess we should.
I look at him.
Hey.
I'm just gonna use your old roll. He just goes solid paralyzed and slowly falls off his stool. The halfling just paralyzed. Just
It's like, I gotta say, Galadar, it's like that mask of yours is looking more and more attractive every day.
Barton, get us
I'm down. I'll take the guy's wallet too. The guy's bartender.
It's just like, Barton, yeah, you know what to do.
Perception.
I got a clear
Oh
pass.
my god, the halfling was packing.
It's like, this not waiting now.
You find about 30 brass coins in a pouch.
God damn. So do you guys want to split this up evenly?
So that's between you and Galadar again.
You want to split half and half? 15 brass pieces. Hey! We forgot the brother.
He's out.
We didn't we forgot the brother's
Perception.
wallet.
Perception.
He's just like, Barton, get his wallet.
If you're, from now on, just remember, perception check. Just tell me what you get. Just tell me what you find.
Hold on, give me a sec.
Each sex level is a silver and usually brass because not a lot of people carry silver.
Alright. Jesus Christ, I'm passionate with brass right now.
The whole bar. Alright, are you guys off to the captain?
Hold up, I gotta get this guy's wallet. Okay, we passed with a 33.
Alright. Jesus, critical. Let's say you find a gold coin. You find a single gold coin. This is probably his first gold coin that his business ever earned.
Oh my god, I feel so horrible. Oh well.
It's like, a gold. He's like, good find there, Barton.
Too bad I can't split this between you guys.
It's like, we should probably hit the bank after this.
For sure.
Like, put it in a neutral name.
Alright. Are you heading captain now?
Were we gonna do that thing with the banker? I can't remember.
The Endeavor thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you don't have to.
Because, I mean, now I've got a gold.
You can just, like, stash it in your bed mattress.
We definitely have to hit the bank, though. Like, in lore-wise, like, we should probably drop this in the bank, lest we get
So you
robbed.
lose it. Makes sense. If you guys want to go by the banking
It's like,
rules-
Ronald give, but Ronald also
Do we
take
still
it.
want to talk? Do we want to talk or walk to the captain?
Oh, yeah. Are you heading to the
Yeah,
captain?
Yeah, he's like, each of you flick a brass over your shoulder for Ranald, too.
Galadar's like, phew! I broke my phone.
I'll land the fucking
No. How much gold did I get again?
I don't know if you got any gold.
Or not gold, silver. No, I haven't. I didn't. I gave it. I let him take it, except for that one. I took. Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
Talking to the captain now?
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna go talk to the captain.
Alright, what are you going to tell her? She's just in her office, as usual.
It's like he like knocks on the door. He's like, Captain, permission to come in?
She's like, yes? Where's the sergeant?
Oh, he's passed out. Looks like he's used quite a bit of his money today. Passed out in a mess of his own beer at the bar.
Like, alright. Well, what are you doing then?
It's like, well, we've been doing our mission, actually. We found a peddler. What? We found a peddler that was selling fakes down at the market. Turns out that's what we were sent for. It's like, and we have a lead leading to the source, but we're in a bit of a conundrum.
What is that?
We're under watch. It's like, are we allowed to leave the town for a brief stint?
Not without the sergeant.
It's like, well, that's not going to be very possible.
I just carry him on my back.
It's like, could you come with?
She's like, I'm far too busy. You'll have to go wake the captain and take him with you.
Trust me, we've tried.
Yeah.
Well, then you're shit out of luck. You don't have to be honest with him.
Don't have to.
No, of course not. You guys didn't. You're literally free reign right now. You don't have a supervisor. Or you didn't, but now you're here.
It's like, oh! It's like, I just remembered. He's like, the captain, he did say that he would wake up in time to meet us down at the docks for our routine run.
Well, then get down there, stop dawdling, and leave me to my work. Alright, so you guys leave. Are you heading outside the walls then?
Let's go drop all this at the bank first, right?
I'm gonna keep. I'm just gonna remind. There's not many watch at all, so you guys kind of are left to whatever you want to do. You're like literally part of the watch, and there's not a lot of captains and sergeants. There's like a few others, you know. The full watch is very thin, and your sergeant is passed out, so there's not a lot of things you have to worry about right now. But you head into the bank, then just drop the excess off.
Yeah. Especially that gold coin.
Right?
I guess there will be a dwarf clerk behind. There's a bank in the marketplace in this big stone building, and there's just a dwarven clerk right when you walk in the door. He's like, he seizes your pouch. Making a deposit, are we?
He's like, why, yes, we've had a fairly profitable day.
All right. He kind of whips up some forms. He's ready to go. He's like, sign these. Use your signature. This is how I know when you guys come to draw it. And print your names as well, please.
I want to kind of know if there's anything wrong with this paper.
If you read it, there's nothing wrong. But who can even write? You guys, can you guys even write? You can't?
I don't even know. Probably not.
Would an elf not be able to read?
Yeah, I think he can. I think his can.
Yeah,
they should be. I think all elves read and write.
Yeah, so
You might have to write for everybody.
It's
Or
like
not. You
Galadar.
can fake it if you want.
I'll just do a scribble.
All right.
It's like
I'll just
to the
remember
clerk, he's
some
just
of
like,
this.
he like faking, like, no, he's just like, yeah, like it's like, no, he's
It's
just like trying to move. And he's like, oh, it's like I messed up my wrist on a watch today. He's like, clerk, do you mind writing in for me? He's like, I'll tell you the name and everything.
So like, he takes it. He's like, all right, but I can't do the signature for you. What's the name?
Jebediah Forson.
He prints it. And he's like, all right, I'm going to give you a paper signed by me, and you just bring this back when you come to withdraw them.
Sounds good.
And Galadar just signs his papers. And he'll just show the signature when he gets back. And, Barton? Mr. Dwarf?
I grew up on a ship. I haven't really learned how to read
A
and write.
dwarf that cannot write. My God, the holds are really falling apart. He's like, I'll do the same for you then. He gives you your paper.
I didn't even give him my name. This man knew my name.
You read it and it says, can you read? Can you? Oh, no,
I don't
you can't
know,
read.
unless-
You can't read.
unless
No, it
basic.
says, you can read?
Yes.
Do you know any Cazalet, which is Dwarven? Probably. We'll say you've seen it when you work in the forge. It says stupid dwarf on it.
Oh, come on.
I just like kind of scribbles. Very simple scribble. Here you go.
Alright.
She messed up your spelling somewhere. I don't know.
All right, are you heading to the hills then? That's your
So do we deposit everything then? Because
As you leave the bank, if you are you leaving the bank? The bank is by the marketplace. It's part of that area. As you leave it, Barton spots a nice little boat hook hung above a fisherman's stall as you're heading towards the exit.
He's like, oh, that's not right.
There's a barrel. There's a guy with a mustache. He looks like Steve Dorr, just like a really muscular dude who just works on the docks. Yeah.
and he's outside of that place.
Yeah, he's just selling all sorts of cool boating equipment of all sorts of weapons.
Sure.
Like he's got some axes and other equipment, rope.
Hey, fine sir. What can I do to acquire this fine boat?
What's up, Ada? You can buy it for starters. Or are you trying to take it from me?
How much are you willing? How much is it for?
It's quite a beauty. I've used it all my life. Never failed me once. Sentimental.
Sentimental.
He's 10 silver, and it's yours.
What you looking at there, Barton?
The boat hook thing.
Oh.
He starts to grab it down, and like you're doing whatever you're doing.
Oh.
He's like, I assume you're reaching for silver coins, perhaps. I don't know. I mean, you would only have deposited the bulk, as my assumption, because you had like 60 brass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you would have kept the big ones, it would have been. He can give you change, by the way. Like, if you have 1 gold coin, it'll give you whatever back. You're like grabbing down the big old buckets. He's like,
Yeah. 10 silver, you say?
I was gonna say. Hey,
starts.
Tries to fence it from him.
I was gonna say.
He turns around and like, passes over. Who's there? He's like, hold on, let me look at you with my good eye. You're a weird one.
10 silver sounds a bit retail for me. Tell me, what do you really need out of this?
What do you mean, coins?
Yeah.
10 silver. What's a rattle? What's a rat tail? I've got those. How do you?
You don't happen to deal in cats,
So
do
I
you?
said that sounds like retail. But,
Rat tail, yeah.
yeah. Of course. It's time for you to use your own one.
He's like, good sword. He's like, yeah, sword.
I ain't no sword.
He's like, no, of course not, sword. It's like my associate here. He's in my services. He's actually working for me. That boat hook is more a company purchase than it is for him. He's like, is there any way? He's like, we're all in service of Ranald here. He's like, perhaps I could float a little love your way, of our god. He's like, perhaps there's some way you could drop that by a silver.
A haggle test then? By silver?
By how much silver?
A silver. How much do you have?
Fucking. Well, how much does 60 bronze pieces equal?
You have a gold
I
coin.
know,
That's
but,
20 silver.
Oh, shit.
You don't have any silver.
I
Yeah,
got
I thought
one.
you deposited most of your brass.
Yeah, true. I probably deposited.
You probably kept a gold coin now.
It's 12 brass for one.
12
Silver?
brass makes a silver, I believe, yeah.
So that would be like 5 silver.
Okay,
for
Google.
brass.
60 divided by 12.
So I won't have enough. I would just have to use the gold coin overall.
Yeah.
I
We'll
guess-
see if I can even get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to like try to haggle him down a little bit.
Thankfully, it wasn't an 88.
Yeah, he probably would have raised the price at that point.
He's like, I told you, sentimental. It's like 10 silver and it's yours.
Sorry, I don't think Ronald's
Sweet,
in on
right?
this purchase. This is
He's
Bart Nolan.
rubbing his old boat hook. He's
Alright. I guess I'll give him the gold piece.
like, a gold. Whoa! He snatches it. He's like, he breaks the tooth, just goes.
He bites through it. This is chocolate.
Oh no!
How did you know I like chocolate?
And then he just throws you the hook, but he doesn't give you any change.
I'm gonna need some change back, Seth.
Like, change? For what?
You said it was only 10 silver pieces.
This is a gold.
Yes.
It's better than silver.
Yes. I'm gonna need myself some silver back.
He's like, he pulls out a handful. Just there's a fish hook, a fish head, like a small fish head, and then like what looks to be about 13 silver coins. And he just hands you the whole thing.
Okay, cool.
And he goes back to his coin. And he's huddled in the back.
I guess we did haggle him a little bit once.
What is this guy?
Deranged. He's old. All right. Are you leaving?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, Lord, you're better at this than I thought.
All right.
What
So
happened?
you got a boat hook. Did you get? Oh, your leather jacket.
wait, what? What about my leather jacket?
You know what? I want to speed this up a little bit. I want to get to the conclusion. of this. I want him to have his jacket though.
You could retcon the coins and be like, take the jacket too.
Yeah. It's like, I don't have any change. Here. He throws his jacket.
Oh, what? Damn. Alright.
How's that sound?
Let me get rid of
I don't
this
have any coins. He throws his jacket at you and takes the gold. Moves off to the side.
Damn.
It's a nice little pirate jacket, though.
I guess I'll take it. So I still have 1 silver. Man, I must have heard
Are you gonna
that. God damn.
rob him? I'll say this guy
I will wait for it.
he's a pirate. He'll have a bonus to his cool test. Cool being his ability to like not freak out.
Yeah, be
So I
terrified.
got the leather jacket as well.
Alright, he's hardy.
This ship.
Alright. Are you guys heading on to the trail to Groutstout or whatever?
Yeah.
Groutstout. Groutstout. Yeah. Groutstout.
Groutstout.
Oh, right. Okay. Alright, the Blitz Elson Hills are it's like a little camp. It's a little camp, it's like a camp outside of a mine, right? So there's there's peddlers outside of it, and there's mining stuff going on.
Sorry, I just had the Stuka incident playing in my brain for the past 5 minutes.
Jeez. Those were scary. Anyways, you do see a little female dwarf walking around, just kind of working around in her tent.
That's her.
That's a harpoon.
That's not happening, by the way.
Like too late. Killed her. Just kidding. Okay. Anyways, are you guys approaching? You do see her out. Just.
What's around this place?
Tell them to highly.
It's like a little camp. It has a wooden barricade outside of it, and they're just tents kind of along this, and it's all built around a mine shaft.
Almost like a highway camp. Be careful.
There's no forges or anything. It's just tents. It's just an outpost where they're mining from.
Galadar says we should probably take our bands off.
Your pants.
Bands.
Oh.
Galadar says we should probably take our pants off.
Sounds
Like, hey lady.
Christmas has come early. So will you.
You ever heard of the vampire who came at Christmas? Yeah, so take your band off, Barton. I know you've grown to like it, but
It's my only fashion.
Also, I can't seem to get it off my muscle
I don't know. That leather jacket seems to be fitting you well.
Oh yeah. Forgot I even had this on. It fits quite nice.
It's almost like it was made for me.
What are you guys doing?
We take off our bands,
Okay.
approach, yeah?
Close the door.
Yeah.
All right. She's looks like she's startled as the tall skeleton dude, the tall black robed skeleton mask guy.
He just Jet waves his hands like up in front of her face, like down here.
Yeah, I'm just staring her down with malicious intent. He's like, hello, down here.
Who are we? What do you guys want?
It's like, name's Jebediah Force, ma'am. It's like,
It's like the name. It's like, oh, I'm Ulrika. Bretter.
It's like, oh, it's like, wait a minute. He's like, I think I might have heard of some of your work at a vendor.
She's like, my work? What do you mean? What are you talking
He's like, I'm not sure. He's like, didn't we buy something from a peddler that said that mentioned the name?
Aye, that's right.
He's like, well, he's like, do you still have it, Galadar?
Or was it a screwdriver?
A screwdriver or something like that.
Actually, but I don't have
Oh,
most people don't do that.
It's like, quite impressive work.
She kind of looks over at Barton. She's like, I sold that, but what exactly are you wanting from me?
He's like, well, you see, we've been trying to piece together the history of this item. He's like, he's like a dwarven relic like that. He's like, deserves to have the full story told.
She's like, all right, listen. As long as the tall man stays over there, or whatever it is, I didn't forge these. These aren't dwarf rot. She's like, I get all of my stuff from an outpost, a dwarven outpost that is occupied by a deranged woman. We had a falling out, so I have no interest in working with her anymore. She's threatened to have I'd once approached her workshop, and she threatened to have the ancient wonders of the Dowie destroy me if I ever entered again, so I haven't gone back. If you want to know where these come from, just please go over there.
He's like, of course. He's like, tell us what you can.
She's like, that's all I really know is it's an old dwarven outpost. I walked in and I was looking around, and I found an old forge, and that's when she threatened me. It was an old dwarven forge. There was a statue, almost a big metal statue. It looked incredibly valuable. It was sitting in the back, though, of the forge. That's where she startled me, came from behind, said she would stick that. She quote, she said exactly, excuse me, sorry. Sorry, it's right here somewhere. Oh, okay. What is this? It's here. Oh! She threatened to awaken the ancient wonders of the Dowie, to tear me limb from limb. Just like, she forged all these, and I'll have nothing. I don't want anything to do with her.
What was her name?
Her name was Gudrun Rogue.
Ring any bells there? Barton?
She was a human.
Oh. Gudrun Rogue?
Yeah, Gudrun Rogue.
Okay. It's like, do you happen to have a general location for this? It's like, he's like, do you know if she's the one that forged it?
Yes, she forged all of it. And I know where it is. I'll take you there.
He's like, that'd be much appreciated. He's like, I'd pay for any expenses along the way.
Oh, it's not far. It's just, it's hard to find them dwarven molds. They're usually hidden with crafty stonemanship. But I know right where it is. I've been there before. I've been working with her a while, but something shady going on in there, and I don't really want any more part of it.
He's like, of course. He's like, we'll take over from here. He's like, just it's like, get us there. We'll take over the rest. You won't have to worry anymore.
All right, she leads you guys into the woods off the trail, kind of behind the mine a bit, and she leads you. Like you kind of come over this like you're on a plateau kind of, which is on top of the mine. And if you look out, there's a trail that leads down and just kind of down into what looks like a little dwarf's stone head of a dwarf sticking out of the ground, and the trail leads right into there. She's like, I won't go no further, but it's down there.
He's like, well, he's like, I thank you for your time. He's like, I must admit we had come here under false means. He's like, and he pulls out his band, like, he's like, puts it back on. He's like, we're actually from the hold. We're watch guards from the what's it called?
Overstreet.
Yeah, Overstreet.
She's like, good. I'm a dwarf, as you can see, and from what I think I saw was what I saw. I will not have any kind of sacrilege happening to one of our holds.
Hopefully we can take care of the rest for you.
She's like, please do. She's like, anyways, I'll be off. Like to wash my hands of the whole thing. She just kind of goes. All right, do a negative 20 perception test.
Oh God.
Really?
I got 38. It's minus 20. So I got 14.
All right, what Gallagher are you?
Technically 100 with a negative 20. 106.
It's like you swallow a rock.
With the negative 20.
You found a very interesting rock, and while you were analyzing it, you swallow it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Still fighting.
You're still good.
There.
So both
You
of us
passed?
passed?
Good by 10.
Oh, cool. And he gets a +2. So what is yours exactly? So he got +2, I believe, because he has keen eyes.
I'm
Whatever.
0. It's like I would have got 4 exactly.
4
It's like 0 4 is what I'm at.
Oh, so 0.
Like
So
so
it's negative
it's
20. So you got.
mine's 38 right now. Minus
Okay.
34.
So you got like plus.
yeah, plus
Okay. So in that case, you see the Barton sees a kind of a glinting off in the distance from one of the dwarf's eyes, but Galadar, with a slightly better vision, sees someone holding a telescope or something, and then they kind of back away. They kind of jet away when they see you looking.
I wonder.
By the way, I'm kind of rushing the story right now,
Yeah.
if you didn't notice.
I'm kind of curious if I can just like take off my band and just walk around the village. Like, no, I'm too tall.
You're not you're in the woods right now. You're just looking down at this abandoned dwarf hold.
No, I was saying I wonder if I could just take off my band and walk down and maybe just like nothing happens.
Oh.
But then I'm probably too tall. They'd probably be suspicious. I'm not gonna. It's over there by their feet.
Will you kick it, Jordan?
Huh?
By your right foot. Or just grab it. Where? Right here? Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just put your foot on it.
Is it invisible? I can see it from over here.
Like
can,
right
man.
here, it's the perfect shade.
Yeah.
This is like this dark wood piece right here.
It's
I was
invisible.
like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh,
All right.
So-
Are you? So Barton's heading down to the hole to investigate.
I want to take off my band at least.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take off my band and probably head down the hole.
He's like, Barton. He's like, dwarves like names. He's like, go by Barton the Tall.
Barton the Tall. Alright.
All right. Is he heading alone?
Looks like,
Well, I really don't want him to scare him and piss him off or something. So,
he's the most likely to fit in.
All right. He's heading alone. Okay. You head down to the actually quite big dwarf's mouth now, and it leads underground.
I will say, as he's walking away, I probably do a little prayer like Reynold, God protect him. He messes this up every time. I've given you a lot of gold today, please.
Are you into fortune? The fortune one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or maybe a fellowship.
stay vigilant down
I might do the fellowship bonus.
Give him a fellowship bonus? Okay.
that would probably help because I only got 17.
30? That's a pass.
Okay, so I got
Alright.
an extra 10 on fellowship.
It's a pass by 20.
As you enter, you hear a woman's voice. Kind of, you can't see her, but you start heading down, and it's pretty dark. You can't see her, but you can hear her. It's like she's using the walls and stuff to echo off her voice, and she's like, "What do you want? Who is this?"
I am Barton the Tall, and I've come to see.
Sorry.
I'm Barton the Tall, and I've come to seek any forgery. I want to see what you guys have crafted down here.
Crafted. Sorry. Nothing I make is a forgery.
Oh, like
I think you meant forgeries.
like
Smithing.
yeah, creation. Smithing.
Oh, you want to see
Not
her
like-
work?
Yeah.
Not like you didn't. Yeah.
Not like
Context.
like fake stuff. I just meant like what is she?
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
not forgery, but
Yeah.
with forge,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I'm just dumb. Don't worry about it.
She's like, well, why don't you come in and find it? Then she's like, why don't you come and look at my work?
So I'm guessing I'm allowed in then.
Yeah.
Alright.
Do whatever you want.
Well, I guess I'll go walk over to her. This is just her place or what?
It might be. She might be alone. It's a underground dwarven hold.
Well, I want to try.
It's a dwarven outpost specifically. It's not
So
as
there's
big as a
multiple-
hold, but
there's still like multiple things around the thing. Like,
there's multiple. Like there's a hallway and there's a few doors, or not doors, more like stone archways into the other rooms.
Yeah.
And in the back there's a big. It kind of leads to this room. It's a big one and it's glowing with like
Okay.
fire.
Okay.
And it has metal bars on both sides of it, like a door, like a gate is open.
so it's open. Alright, I guess I'll head back in.
So let's give him a minute and then we'll follow behind, eh, Galadar?
Alright, so you guys are following.
Yeah, we'll like give like 2 minutes and then literally follow after.
Okay.
Guess I'll
So,
follow on back to the hall. Back in this lit
forge. The
little
area.
room.
Alright, as you enter it, you see off to the right is a kind of a metal dwarven face with fire in it, and that's
Okay.
the.
Yep.
And then there's an anvil, and then there's all sorts of kind of dwarven tools and things. There's stones, runes all over, decorating the whole room. And in the very back of it is like this big metal, just. It looks like a suit, almost like a giant
Oh.
suit. It's
Okay.
like it's not all in the shape of a dwarf. Let's see if I can find something about this stuff. All right, yeah. There's near the end of the forge. There's squats a massive silver and iron construct detailed with gold runic scripts. It's covered in angular plates and topped with a bearded, fearsome face. It has newer, dirty pipes attached to its back. Its armor is ancient, pitted, and worn. Yeah, it's very old metal.
But it looks like it's still possibly functional.
It's like most of it's made of very old metal, but there's new pieces on it. Like,
Oh, okay.
you know,
So like she's not working.
yeah, she's been working on it. And she says, "What do you think of my forge?"
It looks quite beautiful in here, if I have to say.
You can't see her or anything.
Yeah, I'm not
She's
talking about her. I'm talking about her forge and stuff.
she's like, "Stick around. I have someone I'd like you to meet."
Alright.
All right, you two. What do you do?
We're fall behind, so now we're probably at that entryway to get in there now.
You're at just the mouth of the dwarf fold.
Mhm.
Okay. You're just sitting there. And
Is it quiet?
you can hear echoes from the back forge area.
Put on your sneaking boots, Galadar.
Am I able to do like a perception test to see if anything is real in there? Not the suit, just like anything on that wall of stuff.
All
Just
the
to see if
tools
she
and
actually
things?
does.
All the
If she just crafts for like fake stuff, or if she like
oh, okay.
so, just for like the investigation.
You do see some stuff being worked on.
Mhm.
You can go ahead and look around at the stuff, see if it's kind of like the things. But yeah, go ahead. Just make a perception check. I'll tell you what you find looking around the workshop.
Well, that was gay. But I failed.
72. You can re-roll, perhaps.
I don't know. I hated that because it went like this and landed on the binder.
He has one re-roll now. Or you don't have to use it right now.
No, I don't think I will. I think it's just gonna just looking.
Just looking around. All right. You
I
just
didn't find.
you can't really recognize anything. It's the
beautiful
fire
place.
is lighting the room just bright enough to where you can really see the
Okay.
details of all these. There's just tons of things.
They've just
being
got like
worked on.
pentagrams, satanic symbols written all over him.
No, not quite. There is dwarven. There's just nicely decorated dwarven things, nice tools all around.
Very beautiful craftsmanship. May I ask, how long does it take you to make any of these weapons?
You don't hear anything from her when you talk.
I don't.
She doesn't respond.
Right, because these fuckers.
All right. And back to you guys. You hear she speaks to you.
Oh,
She's
no.
like,
I just know he was so dumb.
she's like, "Are you with the dwarf?"
He's like, the dwarf. He's like, so, you've heard of Barton the Tall? We've been in search for a while. He's like, the church I'm in service of has heard tale of a prophecy of a great warrior named Barton the Tall.
She's like, "Well," she says, "How interesting." She's like, "He's back in the workshop if you'd like to see."
He's like, oh. He's like, we wouldn't want to disturb him.
She's like, "Well, actually, he's disturbing me."
He's like, oh? He's like, what's he doing? Is he causing a scene?
Rifling through my inventions.
I'm just looking.
He's rifling through my inventions.
He's like, oh, we really wouldn't want to disturb if he's actually here to buy. He's like, could we just kind of observe? He's like, he's like, my elf here is really fit for combat, but if he were to snap for some reason whatsoever because he didn't get a good price on something or information, he's like, I don't know what I'd do.
She kind of... You don't know where she is. You know, you still can't see her. And you
Yeah, he's just
I-
saying in
I
the
don't-
hallway, like up to God, like
In the
just hear
game,
s-
I don't know where she is, but I think I'm pretty sure I know where she is.
You just hear, like, the echoes of footsteps. That's what you hear.
hello?
Never mind, I don't know anymore.
You think that'll stick, Galadar?
Alright.
Trying to hype him up as a great warrior with a temper.
Alright. Barton, make a... You hear a click as you're, like, looking through all this stuff, and, I guess you hear a click and go ahead and make... I don't know, can I test it too? Ooh. I guess I won't make it, since you already failed the perception check. It's, you hear the click, and it just, a cage comes up from the ground, and it completely encloses you.
What is this? Why have I been trapped?
She's like, I'm not sure. Did you touch something?
I was just looking at stuff. Am I not allowed to touch?
Perhaps you stepped in the wrong spot. It's like, your friends are here.
I don't have friends.
By the way, I don't know if you guys know, you guys seen her with the telescope, but she's seen all of you together.
Oh.
That might be why.
Oh, that's what the glinting was.
He saw her, but not for sure who it was. It's far away, but she knows you're too.
They're still not my friends. They're acquaintances.
That's what Barton was saying. They're not my friends, alright? I
Hey,
don't even
Mitch.
know that.
Hey, my friends.
So, I mean, I was telling the truth. Just she doesn't know. Whoa, wait.
She's like, hey, these freaks approached me about some fucking weird church shit. I wasn't into it.
She starts speaking again to Barton. She's like, I happened upon this forge, and I noticed these traps. They're quite interesting. You see, when the cage goes up, the forge starts to heat up more and more until the temperature of the room becomes completely unbearable.
Oh, that was some heat.
She's like, when I arrived, I found many a burnt body around this particular section that you're standing now.
Galadar, figure something out.
I guess you guys hear him yelling from the
Well,
I'm just like, oh, Barton.
Be careful when you're coming in, though.
she's crazy.
Far back room, big archway.
You hear the echo coming through. Far back room. Archway.
Well, Galadar, ready to get your hands dirty?
It's time to kill.
But You guys run back there then. Alright, perception tests for both.
Come on, Canada. I'm rooting for you.
That was not my roll.
Ooh.
What is that?
2010. Oh, 20, yeah. No.
That's 20.
My perception.
I had accidentally dropped and it was a 70, so I was like, that was not my roll. And I threw it again and it's a 70.
So I just-
With a +3.
Alright. So, no pass for.
Down by 30 points.
Alright. As you enter the room and you see Barton over in the cage, you don't. What you hear is the swinging of the gate door behind you, that metal gate.
Did they both need a pass?
No. Jeb kind of gets hit by the gate and doubles forward, but Galadar looks back and he sees that a tall woman, and she's slamming one side of the door, and on the other side is that dwarf that you guys basically got the job from. And he's like, and the woman is she's just a brown-headed normal. She's wearing a really kind of like almost ragged old leather, just craftsman suit, blacksmith type of apron with tons of tools in it. And the guy you recognize from the Ford's, where's Fred? What do they have? Oh, it's my phone that died. That's why. Do you guys remember the guy's name? Rengood? I literally wrote him earlier, so Drenguk. Alright, Drenguk, the dwarf, that you recognize him with his black beard and the gray sword and all that. It's like, God, you guys weren't supposed to find this place. You're only supposed to investigate it for me.
Gretchen. Oh, man.
I'm sorry,
You
Galadar.
snake in the grass.
It's like, I'm sorry, Galadar. Being a metal worker just doesn't really make that much money.
Yeah, neither is working for the fucking guard. But here I am, working for fucking dirt cheap.
It's like, anyways, I think you, Galadar, will appreciate this next part. Especially. And then you kind of, all of a sudden, that big metal friggin' suit in the back lurches to life, and it like comes up off of its sitting position, and just like steam starts billowing out of the new tubes in the back of it. And
It's powered by fire. Somehow
Steam? Yeah, steam.
Gotta find a way to knock it out.
It's powered by steam, and it like lurches back to life. It's like,
Good
like
God. A metal phantom.
it's like a 12-foot tall metal iron dwarf, and starts marching towards you.
Thank you so much for listening to Dungeon-Eels. We have a TikTok and a YouTube now, and I have a fun few announcements for you. We now have a schedule. We'll be uploading bi-weekly! I know, after the chaos, we finally have a schedule. But this leads into something great, trust me. We have started Patreon. If you want to support us and everything we do, go check us out at patreon.com/dungeonsandeels. It's spelled Dungeons and E-E-L-S Eels. That's one word. Again, thank you so much, and remember to cook your eels.